environmental protection. And again, it would end up, in all likelihood, in a legal battle. In a legal battle.
I guess the reason for asking that, I just wanted to get that clarified, because if, I believe you said most of the municipalities in Newfoundland are in MNL?
Most there.
Most are. What would happen if all of them all of a sudden this year said, this is what we're doing? Like if every municipality, without the government, if MNL is firm on their commitment to this,
There.
if you listen, and I believe you are, but if every municipality said, to heck with it, you won't do it, by God, we will. We'll do it individually, collectively, we will do it in every municipality in Newfoundland. Now, government, suck it up and change our legislation.
Well, we can do what the city of St. John's done under Councillor Marion brought in, wasn't a resolution, what we call it?
An advisory.
An advisory, and a lot of the municipalities have already taken that route. They pretty much copied St. John's advisory.
But that doesn't stop the use of them, does it?
No, but we can't, the only people that can stop use of them if we bond together and every individual agreed not to use it. That will stop the use of it,
Yeah.
right? And
I guess
that's what you're recommending,
That's
yes.
what I'm saying.
Right.
If all the municipalities got together and said, we're going to do it, and we are going to ban it, and now the pesticide companies will have to take us to court.
But,
Collectively.
and that would happen, it would happen on an individual basis, right? You know, the thing is, we don't have the legislation, we cannot legally change the ban.
I guess in some
We
ways,
cannot, the
what I'm
municipalities
suggesting,
can,
sorry,
right?
I guess in some ways what I'm suggesting you do is pull a Scott Sims. And Rogers, you do it through here and over.
We're trying to pull a council area for through the advisory, sure.
Okay, good enough. I'll take that for now. The first speaker tonight, forgive me for forgetting your name there. You mentioned about cause and effect. You use that term. And I think of every year I get a call from my neighbor's pesticide company who say, we're going to be coming by tomorrow and spraying your neighbor's lawn. And my response every year is, yes, but that can kill me. And their response is, yes, but we're allowed to. I'm serious, I'm not joking. Like, and Councillor Tester, no, because I rode every councillor in Mount Pearl. I was on your back for a while, and I fully admit it.
Well, in your defense, once we saw the physical evidence ourselves,
Yes,
I don't blame you.
those pictures were downright ugly.
The pictures of what happens to Mr. Ridgely,
Yeah.
were definitely, they said it all.
Yeah, thank you. The biggest concern I have, like these pesticide companies that call and they say, we're going to spray your neighbor's lawn, and my response is, it can kill me. I'm not exaggerating, because as I was saying, what initiated my action to the city of Mount Pearl was, I was out in our garden, and probably 15 or 20 seconds I got a whiff of the pesticides that been sprayed next door. And I went into immediate anaphylactic shock. And you've seen the pictures of what it can do to my body. And they are downright ugly. Anyone wants to see them, I'll show me after. But anyway, like, I don't know what other cause and effect someone would need. What would the government do if anyone here in this room says, I'm going to go to Mr. Ridgely's house tomorrow and shoot him? I'm going to be dead. And whether it's a bullet or dying from anaphylactic shock because of pesticide, what is the difference? The cause is identifiable. The effect is quantifiable. What else does the government need?
I think.
And I know I'm preaching to the converted,
Yeah.
but there's 3 other people I need to preach to, because I have 3 members of my family who are MHAs. So feel hypocritical of me here. So I need to rag on them at the next family gathering. But, you know, that's cause and effect.
Yeah.
So if you want cause and effect, I can show it to you.
And this is why I'm surprised if you have 3 family members that are in the legislature, because this is how the world
It
works.
doesn't always work there, you know.
This is Newfoundland. Anywhere else, this is how it works. The famous story, there's a very effective drug that's used to treat breast cancer. There's a huge company in California called Genentech, which has a budget many times bigger than that in the government of Newfoundland, and has as many lawyers as it has scientists. And they made a conscious decision many years ago that they weren't going to get into the business of developing cancer drugs, and particularly breast cancer drugs. And it was a chance meeting of a scientist and a clinician on an airplane, and the scientist and executive from Genentech, his wife had just got breast cancer, and the guy sitting next to him was trying to develop a new breast cancer treatment, which is now a gold standard around the world. That drug may never have been developed, or would have been developed 10 years later, if it wasn't because of that chance meeting and the influence that that doctor had on the chief executive of a huge corporation. How this happens, how legislation gets changed in each province, I'm always amazed at somebody within the government gets colorectal cancer, and the next thing you know, we have with the highest incidence of colorectal cancer, one of the highest in the world. We didn't have a screening program. Someone in the government gets colorectal cancer, and the next thing we have a screening program. Well, we needed one 10 years ago. And what about, where are the people who elect the politicians? Why does it have to be at such a personal level to affect a family member of the ruling party for it to change legislation? We, as one of the speakers said earlier, we've got to be very vocal. This year is a watershed year for us. We've got to be shouting and screaming about this issue all year long.
Yeah, I mean, I have in addition to writing to the members of the City of Mount Borough Council, I also wrote to Minister Charlene Johnson and sent her pictures of what it did to me and explained the fact that I went in anaphylactic shock. And yes, they haven't understood it. The political will is not there right now to change it. And whatever we need to do to put the political will in place, and that starts with me inviting my 3 relatives to the house for supper, then I'll do that.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And yes, I do believe that the pressure has to continue, and it will eventually start to go more and more viral all the time. I truly believe it. I do believe this is the year, and I think that we just need to keep spreading the word and continue to put pressure on the provincial representatives for sure. Anyway, I see there's some individuals back there who would like to come up to the microphone. I don't know if you gentlemen are waiting in line, but certainly we'd like to give everybody an opportunity to have some words, if you'd like. I believe I see my friend, Mr. Fred Carter, coming up to the microphone.
Well, I don't have to introduce myself, you know my name. This is not my first meeting with Dr. Saltman. Can everybody hear me, by the way? He may not remember me, but I remember him. I'm a cancer survivor, and I'm a pretty old fellow now, but a number of years ago, not too many years ago, I suppose, if I passed a lawn or some property that was sprayed with pesticides or herbicides or whatever, it didn't bother me too much. But gradually, as I got older, every time I came in contact with one of those pesticides, I would lose my breath. And not completely, but you know, I'd be dead and buried by now. But however, one of the first times that I was affected by this was down on Elizabeth Avenue in front of the Canadian Tire building. I went up there to purchase something one afternoon, and I had to park. The building lot, or the parking lot was filled, so I had to park on the other side by Dominion, when Dominion was there in that lot. And walking across the street to get over to Canadian Tire, I noticed this guy